Yo, what's up, y'all? I know I'm in the dark somewhat. At the altar doing my devotional work. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about dreams and why it's important to remember your dreams. There's a lot going on in your dreams. You have different types of dreams. It's said that when we go to sleep, we have several different dreams, usually every night. And most of us don't even remember these dreams. And we're lucky if we even remember one of them. But every night you dream. So, at times you might just sleep and, not dream, maybe recall any dreams. But then there are times where in your dreams, there's work to be done, where you go to different planes, or you notice that, like, there are lessons in your dreams. And this is what I mean by messages. Like, I have to give you an example. Like in this video, I'll talk about a couple of dreams that I had and the messages that I received from them. And I'm going to tell you about this one fucking dream that I had. This shit was nuts. Like, I'm going to let you make of it whatever it is that you will. But yeah. So, as far as your dreams, one of the, you got to be conscious of like what your habits are, because your habits are going to affect whether you recall your dreams or how well you can recall your dreams. Here's what I mean. In order to dream, right, you must go into a state of sleep called REM sleep. REM, R-E-M, standing for rapid eye movement, right? This is the best quality of sleep. This is the kind of sleep that you want to get every night, or you want to go into REM sleep, right, and get at least 5-6 hours of REM sleep. Now, what's said is that it takes time for the body to go into REM sleep, right? So one of the things that can prevent you from going into REM sleep is smoking weed, right? Smoking weed prevents you from going into REM sleep, so that can affect your dreaming. This is probably why, I don't know if you smoke bud, but if you smoke weed, you'll notice the next morning you wake up groggy and you feel still like tired, like you're not well rested. It's because you haven't gotten the good quality of sleep that you need, which is REM sleep. So, also, certain foods that you may consume before going to bed, like eating sweets before going to sleep, is going to affect your quality of dreams. All right? So, you want to make sure that you don't have any habits that are going to, hinder your dream recall or your dream deciphering. So, a tool that you can use, well, here's some tools, right? A couple of tools, because it's more than one. Meditation, of course. The more that you meditate, right, if you can get into a steady routine of meditating every day, right, you will be more in tune with yourself, with your mind, with your being. And doing this, you will recall your dreams easier just by meditating. Another tool that you can utilize is journaling. Journaling is vital to the practice. If you're on the path, you need to be journaling. And when I'm talking to you guys, I'm even talking to me, because I journal, but I don't journal as much as I should. I journal every few days, and I should be journaling every fucking day. I should be journaling after every meditation. I should be journaling when I wake up. I should be journaling before I go to sleep, right? Now, when you journal, right, when you writing is how you sort out your mental shit, right? Just thinking about it is one thing, but you got to get it out, right? So writing is how you get your mental bullshit from out of your mind, and you bring it out into the material, right? So it's a good way to channel energy. So you write, get it out of you, right? And then you got to read it too, That's another step. Writing it is one thing. You know, if you're just writing and putting your journal to the side and you're not, you know, going back and reading it and seeing what's going on, you know, you might as well not even fucking journal. So you want to make sure that you're reading your journal entries. You know, pick a day or pick every few days to, you know, read your journal entries and meditate on it and reflect. Notice where you may need to work and heal, and also take note to where you have healed and, you know, where you have made progress, and congratulate yourself, give yourself credit, because you deserve it. This shit is hard work. So as far as the dreams, right, that I had, excuse me if you see that my forehead is shiny. I just got done doing my devotional work. I consecrate myself with oil, so yeah. But the dreams, the first dream, now I had these dreams at different points in my life. This first dream I had when I was about 19, right? I was meditating routinely, like regularly. There was days that I meditated like 3 times in a day. There was a year like I was unemployed. So I just was meditating steadily every day. So anyway, I had a dream one time that I was in a church, and while at this church, the priest was giving everyone communion. But before he gave them communion, he had them like bow their head, and he did like this little ritual thing where he I don't know if he made the cross on the back of their neck, and then he gave them the communion wafer, you know, and then, you know, everyone proceeded from there. So I'm watching as he's doing this to everyone, you know, and then he gets to me, and he doesn't make me bow down to, you know, I guess give me the cross on the back of my neck. He just goes to give me the communion wafer. So, you know, I'm like, I'm already like, what the hell is going on? Because I've never seen this happen, right? But then when I realize he doesn't do this to me, so I say to him, I say, you know, he goes to offer me the communion wafer, says, the body of Christ. I say, wait, hold on, excuse me, sir. I noticed that you know, I don't know what it was that you did, you know, on the back of people's necks, but I noticed that you did that to everyone else, but you know, you didn't do it to me. And I'm just wondering, like, well, why? You know, why did you do that to everyone else, and how come you didn't do it to me? And then he smiles at me and he says, oh, I see you've been paying attention, right? And then when he says that, I feel this burst of like energy like run inside of me, like from my stomach and my chest, and it just like emerges outward. And then I said, hallelujah. And then the next thing I know, I'm like levitating in the church, like across the church, flying across the church. And people are like, oh my God, and they're like clapping and cheering. And I'm just like flying in the church, like, what the fuck? Like, oh shit, like amazed. And then I land safely on the ground, you know, and then I wake up. So, you know, some people say, well, that's just a fucking regular dream. But, you know, when you pay attention to your dreams, right, when you log your dreams, you start to look for themes, right, things that happen, things that stand out. So I noticed right off the bat, you know, everyone else received this anointing or whatever it was that he was doing behind their necks, but I didn't, right? And he said, oh, I noticed you were paying it. He said, oh, that's good. I see you've been paying attention. So one lesson I got from that was, you know, to pay attention, you know, pay attention, keep your eyes open, always pay attention, be mindful, pay attention to what's going on around you, right? So then the next lesson or insight that I got from this dream was, you know, to always ask questions. To ask questions. You know, if I would have just took the communion wafer, I would have never known, you know, or I would have never gotten the lesson. So you should always ask questions. Ask and ye shall be given. Seek and ye shall find. Seek and ye shall find. Ask and ye shall be given. Knock and the door shall be open unto you. So another dream that I had, so in this dream, I'm walking like about a block away from my mom's house, and I'm walking with a friend of mine, a close friend of mine, and there's someone else there that he brings along with him. I don't know this person because I've never met this person in real life, but he brings this person and introduces me to this person. I don't recall a name that he gave me. He just said, yo, this is my man. And he said, yo, this is my man, you know, such and such. So then, you know, we shook hands and then we're all walking and talking. And then as we're talking and walking, my boy, you know, he winds up having to leave. So it's just me and this other person that he introduced me to, and we're walking and we're talking. And somehow the conversation steers towards like life and its meaning. And I say to him, I'm like, hey bro, like, yo, listen, man, fuck all this. Like what's the point of all of this, man? Like why are we here? Like, what's the purpose of all of this shit? Like, what's the meaning? Like, what, like, I don't get it, bro. Like, why are we here? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? So then the dude points to the sky and like twirls his finger a certain type of way. And when he does this like bright, beautiful, radiant beam of light shoots out of his finger and like fucking takes off into the fucking stratosphere, like into the sky, and just, you know what I mean? It was like beautiful. And he was like, you see that? And I was like, yeah, like amazed and astounded, like dumbfounded, right? And he says, that's love. And then he looks me in my eyes and he says, all you got to do is bear witness to it. And then I woke up. And that was a question that I was asking and praying about for a long time. And I feel like in that dream, I got an answer. You know, what's the purpose of life? Like, why are we here? It's to bear witness to love. So, yeah. Now, I'll tell you guys about another dream that I had. This dream was fucking nuts, man. I don't know where the hell I was in this dream, but it was in another plane of existence because the sky was pink. All right. The sky's fucking pink. I see the white clouds and shit, and it's me and like about, I don't know, maybe like 100, maybe more, a couple of hundred, I don't know. But there's a lot of us and we're all lined up outside of this huge golden palace. It's huge. It's like a mansion. I don't know. It's just huge and beautiful. And we're all waiting alongside of it. And then these trumpets start playing, like we hear it emerge and starts playing. The doors of the palace opens. And when the doors open, there's someone who comes out of it. And there were some people behind this person. Now, as this person comes out, he's walking down a path, right? And as he's walking down the path, he makes a turn to face towards us. But as he turns, it's like he squares his corner. And when he turns and faces us, immediately, like when he faces us, like there's an energy that compels everyone to kneel, and everyone is brought to their knees, and they kneel before this being, all right? And as he's approaching, he's approaching right before me, and I'm trying to look up, but there's a strong energy that's forcing me to keep my head downward, to where all I can see is this being's feet approaching me. And this is the shit that bugged me out. I couldn't see this person, but I could see his feet. And his feet were golden and bronze, like golden bronze. And he had sandals. And he stood before me, and I couldn't look up. Like, I was on my knees, and I could not look up to look into his face or its. And the energy felt masculine, but I couldn't look up. And the next thing I could feel is this powerful surge of energy, because mind you, like, I'm on my knees, but I'm like facing like downward, like my head is looking at the ground, and the most I could do is move my eyes to where I could see his feet, but I can't look all the way up. I can't look up. I can't raise my head. And then the next thing I knew, I felt a powerful surge of energy running through my back, like into my back, pouring into my back. And then I woke up. I don't know any moral lesson to that dream. I know what I think, what I believe of that dream. But you could take it and, make of it what you will. Yeah. Dreams. There are messages in your dreams. This has been my experience. It helps to journal. It helps to log, your thoughts, your emotions. Write it down. Get in tune with what's going on in your mental. The more that you do this, the more you'll be in tune with your dreams. Right? And the more that you be in tune with your dreams, the more you'll awaken. It really helps to meditate, of course. Like, that's, if you're not going to meditate, it's not going to work. It's foundational. You could be at the altar and giving offerings, but if you're not meditating, then it's just like you're wasting your time. You need to be meditating as well. You need to be going inward. You need to be, going into that alternate state of consciousness, and channeling, what comes through. Yeah, man. It takes a lot of time and energy and effort, but like, what else are you doing? If you're on the path, you know that you don't have a lot of time. We don't have time. Well, that's all I got to say. Dreams, man, they're important. It's good to try to, be in tune with your dreams. And I'm not even talking about like trying to lucid dream. That's a whole nother. Matter of fact, let's talk about lucid dreaming. I'll talk about that before I end this talk. So if you want to learn to lucid dream, right? The first thing that you need to do is you need to ask yourself throughout the day, on the hour, every hour, right? Am I awake or am I dreaming? Right? Now, when you ask yourself this, you should have something like a physical object that will help you to identify and know when you're awake. So an example of this could be, you can have a watch on your arm, and when you ask every hour, like, you can set your alarm, every hour you say, am I awake or am I asleep, right? And you look at your watch. If you look at your arm, you see your watch and you know that you're awake, right? Now, what'll happen is if you start doing this regularly, routinely, right? Every hour, right? Every day, eventually at some point in your dreams, you will ask yourself this question: am I awake or am I asleep? And then when you go to look at your arm and you don't see a watch, then you know that you're dreaming. This is how you become conscious or lucid while you're dreaming. And then, then you can go ahead and have all types of fun. I've only lucid dreamed probably twice in my life. I don't really see the benefit of it. For me personally, but to each his or her own. Try it if you like, but yeah, I find it's really overall just beneficial to just learn to recall the dreams that come to you, the dreams that you experience. Write it down, or talk it out as soon as you wake up and record it on your phone. A lot of times the first thing a lot of us do is grab our phone as soon as we wake up. So you wake up, you remember a dream. It's nothing, instead of scrolling or looking for your messages, first hit that record button, and on your camera, and just go ahead, talk that dream out, and be as detailed as possible. You know what I mean? Talk it out. Talk about the colors that you see, the shapes, the face, the images, the mood, like everything. You know what I mean? What did the ground look like? What did the sky look like? What colors stood out? What patterns did you observe in the dream? Like, think about all of that shit. Like, talk your entire dream out. And then as you're listening to it later on, or if you write it out as you're reading it, think about everything and think about what comes to you. Like, and then when you read it or as you listen to it, right, also pay attention to the way your body feels. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times your emotions, you'll feel it in your body. And again, I don't know if you've listened to like my previous videos, but I had mentioned that your emotions, your body communicates with you. Emotions communicate through the body. And if you can learn to understand what the body is communicating, that's another level of mastery. It's important. Body communicates. It won't lie to you if you're honest. But yeah, I think I've ran my mouth enough. I hope that y'all enjoyed this. Man, y'all be easy. Take care.